Hello and welcome to the flight deck. We are KLM 421 and we are in Gatwick Airport. We're going to be flying a 737-800 from Gatwick all the way to Amsterdam. I say all the way, but it's a relatively short flight. And we're going to be doing this on the VATSIM network. We've got an EasyJet aircraft in front of us. I'm excited to do this. This is a very short flight, but gives us an opportunity to look at some of the goings on my flight sim setup. As you can see down here, we have got the Wing PFP or CDU as they call it, or PFP as they call it even, and we have got this beautiful new Cockpit Master 737 MCP. I'm really excited to use this. This will be my first time using this, and yeah, let's just enjoy a little quick flight over the channel to Amsterdam. Okay, ground power's available. We'll hit ground power. That's on. Let's get the battery on there. Go up top to align the ADIRs, both of these, left and right. We'll get the fuel pumps on. Let's go down to the McDo. And by McDo, I mean the FMC, not the McDo. And we'll enter our IRS position. So we'll go FMC, pause in it. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, let's go down to the PFP there, and we've got one right here, so I can actually enter stuff in here. So we're going to go to FMC, we will go to position, and then let's set our IRS position from the GPS. There we go. Why haven't we started our APU? Basic stuff. Let's start the APU. You can tell that I don't fly the 737 very often, so this is going to be a journey for all of us. Okay, cool. We are ready to copy our clearance. We're going to go over to ground on 121805.
Gatwick ground, KLM 421 is type 738 Boeing at gate 135, information uniform, requesting IFR to Schiphol, please.
KLM 421 Gatwick ground, hello, clear to Amsterdam, Frame 1 Zulu departure, squawk 5442.
Cleared Amsterdam, Frame 1 Zulu departure, squawk 5442, KLM 421.
KLM 421, be back correct, brake.
Departures, looking for Frame 1 Zulu, Frame 1 Zulu,
See, hold
right,
point,
and execute.
Juliet 4 by.
N1 limit, let's do a full power Monty takeoff, and then we're going to do flaps 5, our CG is going to be 4.71, trim, yeah, we'll go down to just 4.71. Looking down here, V1 is 138, rotating at 140 and V2 at 149. So let's then set our MCP up for that. So we'll get this up to our V2 speed 149. And then there is no initial altitude, but I know that Gatwick needs initial altitude of 6,000 until cleared higher. So we'll go down to 6,000 as per our charts. Let's have a look at the charts actually. So Frame 1 Zulu, we're going to be taking off from 08 right here. We're going to go out towards 077, that's the takeoff runway heading, so we've set this to 077 as well. Okay, 077. And then essentially we've got altitude limit of 5,000, not 6,000, or 6,000 at frame, but 5,000 before then. Let's get ourselves ready. We're going to get auto throttle arm, flight director on, and then VNAV and LNAV. Oh, that's so cool being able to do it with this. Alright, I think it's worth considering ourselves getting ready for pushback. So we'll go up top here. We are going to get APU power on, so we can switch this off. This flashes, that flashes. Oh, it's amazing. And then let's get hydraulics on, the electrics there. APU bleeds coming on. Our packs are off, which you got to remember for this. And one thing you always forget with the 737 is setting your cruise height. So our cruise is going to be 290. It's not very high, but we'll make sure this is set. And then we'll have to make sure we turn the packs on before we take off after we push back and start the engines. Otherwise, you're going to get the altitude horn shouting at you, and it's a bloody horrendous noise. There's our pushback tug there, and there's our lady coming over to tell us she's going to push us back. And we got some wind walkers. That's such a weird way to walk, though. Anyway, let's see that EasyJet. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Thank you very much. I'm ready for pushback too.
Locking gear.
Gatwick Tower, KLM 421, ready for push and start.
KLM 421 Gatwick Tower, hello, stands 135, push and start approved, face west.
Push approved, face west, KLM 13421.
I get a feeling we're going to be pushed back the wrong way, but anyway, let's go uphill. We'll get ground On engine number 1, we're going to start engine number 1 like so. You can see N2 is rising, N1 is rising. And we have got N2 at 26%, and let's add some fuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board of this flight. While we are in the middle of this authentic Royal Delft pottery, we would like to explain the safety information on board of your KLM flight through the fine art of Delft Blue.
And that's a great start on engine number 1. Let's get engine number 2 involved. And please set parking brake. Correct, parking brake is set.
Larger devices such as laptops should be stowed during taxi, takeoff and landing, either in an overhead bin or in a bag under the seat in front of you.
ECF 453, apologies.
Okay, cool. Let's get our auto brake to RTO, and we'll get flaps 5 involved. So, flaps 5 selected. Okay, control check. Going to go full to the right.
Thank you.
And fully to the left. We are going to go full aft. And full forward. We're going to go full right on the rudder. And full left on the rudder.
Gatwick Tower, KLM 421 is ready for taxi.
KLM 421, taxi, hold point Juliet 1, runway 08 right, via Kilo, Romeo and Juliet.
Holding point Juliet 1, 08 right via Kilo, Romeo and Juliet, KLM 421.
Sweet. Okay, cool. We got our taxi clearance. Get the parking brakes off. And we are moving. Let's get up top. Let's get our taxi light on. We make sure we get onto these two. If we don't, we're going to be in trouble. And what else did I say? We come up top here and we get our packs on. Left and right. APU bleed off. That is all working as it should. Do we need anti-ice? What's the temperature here? 11 degrees. No visible moisture really in our vicinity. That's okay. Let's pull back on the throttle a bit before we get going too quickly.
Follow the instructions of the crew. Please take a moment now to locate the nearest emergency exit.
Do you know what? I have an Airbus cockpit at home, but there's something about flying a 737 that just feels more visceral. I don't know. There's so many more buttons and things to think about. Airbus automates so many things for you. It probably feels more like you're flying the plane in the 737.
Tower Speedbird 291, request push and start. Push and start approved. Push and start approved, Speedbird 291.
Okay, we're getting close to the runway. Let's get up top and let's get some lights on. Runway turn-off lights. The retractable ones we'll just bring down, and we'll keep the fixed ones off for now. Let's get our engine mode selectors into continuous, and
Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Ooh.
KLM 421, are you ready for departure?
Fully ready, KLM 421.
KLM 421, 070 degrees 5 knots, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff from A 08 right, KLM 421.
cool. Okay, we've been clear for takeoff.
Speedbird 291, request taxi.
So let's bring ourselves onto the runway. Let's go down here and let's get our TCAS on the runway. And takeoff lights are on. Strobes are on. Hit the clock. And let's go. So, stabilizing throttle. And take off.
553, Gatwick Tower, hello.
God, that sounds good, doesn't it?
54 left via
Speed alive.
November, Papa and Lima.
And we'll bring that to neutral.
Lima 215 left, Lufthansa 553. Correct.
Yes,
Oh, look at that. Look at that glitch right at takeoff. And gears coming up.
Hotel Oscar, that's Gatwick Tower, hello. That's way too early. Marty Unicom wants to decimate. Call me back on when you're on final approach.
Nose forward a bit, acceleration high,
Juliet 1, runway
so you've gone down to climb thrust.
Romeo and Juliet.
Excellent. Oh, it sounds so good. The Boris audio works. 737 sounds are incredible. Let's go flaps 1. Flaps up. Let's get the runway turnoff lights off. Taxi lights can come off as well. We'll keep the landing lights on.
Radio check.
Let's do a little right-hand turn.
Swiss 122, stand 142, push and start approved, face west.
We haven't been handed off by tower yet.
KLM 41, should we go over to Unicom?
KLM 41, yes please, Martin Unicom 122 decimal 8, perfect.
Unicom 122 decimal 8, thanks for ATC, KLM 41.
Welcome
Okay,
to Gatwick.
there's a bit of wind there. Let's just trim up and
Quebec, Lima,
we will get the autopilot on because we're in busy airspace and we're going to go to 122.8. Cool, alright, fine. So we are at 5,000. Is there much traffic around us? The issue in this area is near Heathrow, basically, and you don't want the traffic to interconnect because you get in trouble. So let's have a look. Good look around. I can't see any visual traffic here, and on our TCAS I can't see anything. So okay, I think we're good to climb. Let's go up to 290. Excellent. And we're going to do a direct. So we'll go direct to Frayne. So legs, Frayne, up here, execute. And that's still going to take us up to 6,000. Let's go to Spear. Let's go to Spear and execute. Beautiful. Cutting corners here, but doing it safely. This is so smooth. Go up top here. I think we can get the landing lights off. Or can you do all in one go? Oh no. There we go. Landing lights are all off. And we'll get the engine mode into off or norm. It looks pretty smooth. I don't see us hitting any turbulence anytime soon. But we'll keep the seatbelt signs on till 10,000. Okay, past 10,000, let's go up top and let's turn off the seatbelt signs. Seatbelts can come off and...
Everyone, you can just walk around and have a good time.
Right, okay, let's go down here and let's program our arrival. So we are looking for the Redfur 1 Alpha. And let's go down, Redfur 1 Alpha, ILS 18 right. And the tradition is going to be Sugol, execute. Alright, cool. So we've got a bit more on our map here. Well, I'll catch you guys at cruise, where we're going to have a little chat about this Cockpit Master MCP. This is the Cockpit Master MCP, and it was sent to me kindly by Cockpit Master to use to review. So far, so good. This thing is awesome. Like, having a physical device to do your autopilot functions is amazing. It allows you to actually focus on flying the aircraft rather than just clicking around the mouse, and it increases your immersion. The build quality seems pretty good. The controls and everything, they have a nice feeling to them when you snap them around, and it looks like what it should look like. Now, I'm not really a pilot in real life. As I said, that will change. But to me, this looks like a really high quality device that can transform your flight sim experience. It costs $499 USD, which for a device like this is kind of middle of the park, but it works pretty well. If you want to get one of these, head down to the description to find a link to the Cockpit Master website where you can buy one of these as well. Okay, let's go over the approach briefing now. Star is the Redfur 1 Alpha. Okay, Redfur 1 Alpha, so we're going to be coming in at Redfur at flight level 230, heading of 059 to Sulut, and then we're going to end up in Sugol, which is a maximum speed of 250 knots and an altitude between flight level 100 and 070. Once we get there, assuming there is still no ATC, we're going to go down to our approach, and we're looking for ILS 18 right. So if you hold a SPL, Schiphol VOR, and then we head outbound on a heading of 317 to AM 240, and then we wind our way round, essentially an extended downwind right-hand base down into runway 18 right. What's our minimums for this approach? It's 100 feet. 100 feet, wow. Anyway, I think we should get a little bit of a move on with our descent. Let's at least get down to 230, and we're going to use level change to get down there. Beautiful, beautiful clear day here. Absolutely clear day. Now we've got a plane behind us. I think it's a British Airways of some kind, which is going to be on our approach as well. So we're going to have to coordinate as well as we can so we don't end up with a horrible mid-air collision. we've gone through our chart. We're going to be doing the red for 1 Alpha into runway 18 right. We have got a lot of runway to play with. We have how much runway? Let's have a look. So our reference speed is going to be 149 knots. We have got 12,000 feet of runway to play with. So that means we don't need to have an aggressive auto brake. We'll go for auto brake 1 with a plan to take over with manual braking to optimize our exit. We are going to be using flaps 30, our speed's 149 as we've seen there, and if there's anything on approach that looks a bit dodgy, I think it's safe to say we're going to have to go around. But hopefully we don't need to go around, because you know what, do they punish pilots who go around? No, that'd obviously be done. Right, this is a relatively short descent and approach here, so I think I want to get everyone ready to sit down straight away. Seatbelt signs are coming on.
A very good morning to you, passengers and crew. Captain speaking from the flight deck. We are on our descent into Amsterdam Schiphol, and we should be landing very shortly. The weather on the ground looks beautiful, and the landing will be good as long as you like, subscribe, and comment down below, because I want to see what you guys are all about. Anyway, for the rest of the flight, please sit back, relax, and if there's any changes, I'll let you know.
Schiphol traffic, KLM 421 inbound, red for 1 Alpha, currently passing flight level 190 Schiphol. Cool, that's a bit early, but the guy behind us knows that we are descending. So I have been flying Airbus a lot, and I mean a lot. Like, I had to do a few test flights of this Boeing just to get my head around how to do it again, because there's so many different things when you're flying the Boeing to think about. Airbus is just like boom, boom, bam, and you're ready to take off. Boom, boom, bam, you're ready to land. Whereas with the Boeing, there's just so much to think about. Now I want to know what you guys prefer. Airbus, Boeing, a mix of both. At the moment, I'm preferring a mix of both, but we'll see how the landing goes. Maybe that'll change my mind.
Central Aviat 32 Bravo, vacated 1 charge, 650.
Got some traffic on our left down there. There he is. You can see him. What is that? Can't really see. Well, as long as it doesn't crash into us, we're okay. Alright, so we are inbound the Schiphol VOR. So we're going to come round, loop back on ourselves, and then head back in that way. Schiphol traffic, KLM 421, turning base for runway 18 right. Schiphol traffic will come after the air fronts. It's time to get ready. Let's get our speed down. We'll go down to 180, and a bit more speed brake we need to slow down because we're going pretty fast, and there's an air France in front. Let's go down to 160. Let's get our localizer on. VOR localizer intercept, and we'll get approach mode on as well. And flaps 5. And we'll go to our minimum approach speed because we've got this Air France in front of us. We'll go down to 148 and flaps 15, gear down. Schiphol traffic, KLM 421 is on final for runway 18 right. We'll slow down to minimum approach. Schiphol flaps 30.
Aircraft 22 Delta Mike, short fire, 2 miles, runway 18 right.
We'll get the runway turnoff lights on, taxi lights on. I have control. And we'll get the auto throttle off. This is going to be close. This is going to be very close. That guy, you can see him still there. Schiphol traffic, KLM 421 is on short final, 5 miles, runway 18 right, Schiphol.
Schiphol traffic, runway 18 right, make it.
And we are clear to land. I'm so happy. Otherwise, I don't want to go around. My camera battery's going to run out. And we are looking good. Oh, I love flying the 737. How much make a 737 sim next? I don't know. 8 knot wind as we expected. Bit of doing the nose up, get back on our approach pathway. And there we go, we're a little bit too high. Bring the throttle down, bring the nose down a little bit. Oop. Know what happened there? Bring the nose up. Keep the throttle the same. Nose down a bit. Bit less throttle, like 2%. Okay. Let's bring the nose down a bit more. We're floating.
Minimums.
Throttle down.
100 minimums.
And landing.
40, 30, 20.
Set, close, and then. Oh, good. Keep centre line, and reverses. Full reverse is selected, and auto brake is doing its thing. Welcome to Amsterdam.